Koh Phayam is one of Thailand's last hidden gems.
But before you visit this beautiful island, there are a few things that you need to know. Otherwise, you may be in for quite a shock.
This island is nothing like the usual tourist hotspots in Thailand. There are no cars, no chain restaurants, and no crowds.
So we must ask ourselves, is this a dream destination or too off the grid? Let's find out.
Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today we will take you around Koh Phayam and tell you about all of the things that you need to know before you come to this island. And we will also take you to a hidden beach that is an absolute must do on your itinerary.
I'm so excited for this day.
All right, so there are no cars on this island. So the best way to get around is by renting a scooter or renting a bicycle, or you can just grab a scooter taxi or like one of these tuk-tuk looking taxis.
But I would say that it is probably just best to get a scooter, because where we are right now, I actually haven't even seen any like taxis that you could actually hire from over here. So it would probably require you getting contact with the reception and then waiting for the taxi to come. So the best way is to really get around with your own scooter.
Or bicycle.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the island is small enough to actually go around with a bike.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I'm lazy, so I'm definitely taking a scooter. All right, so renting a scooter, here's what you need to know. We are actually paying 200 baht per day for our scooter. We're renting it for, I think, about 7 days that we've been here. Something else to note, because this was actually the second one that we've rented after a failed attempt on the first one. Something that both of these scooter companies did when they tried to rent us the scooter is that they will give it to you completely empty. They will tell you, hey, you need to fill up the scooter with the gasoline that you can only purchase from us. So we also needed to pay 150 baht to fill up this scooter. So there are no gas stations on this island. What you will see, however, are gasoline and used plastic bottles all across the island. They'll sit on the side of the road. You will definitely notice them. There are some gas tanks around that you can fill up. I don't know how to use them, but I find just buying them from the plastic bottle is completely fine. They're everywhere. And something else to note is that this island is very small. You are unlikely to actually consume all of the petrol in this scooter. We made the mistake of saying, fill it up, because that's what I always do. I always fill up the tank. That's just how I like to drive. But I realized very shortly after driving for 2 days that the gas tank is just not going down. You can't really go that far over here. You can't drive that fast over here. So I think I will not be able to give it back on an empty tank. So it's not gonna break the bank, but it is something to know. You probably only need 1 liter. You don't need 3 liters like I took. Yeah. We will show you exactly where you can get a scooter. Most of them are gonna be at the Koh Phayam Pier, the main street, where you can pretty much get all the things that you really need. So we'll be heading over there and they'll definitely point it out for you.
All right, now let's go get breakfast. We're going to a really nice place where you can have a view over the whole island, so I'm excited for that. All right, so we are at the Viewpoint Cafe in Koh Phayam, and it is absolutely beautiful. You can see, you have such a nice view from over here, and they have 2 different seating areas. They have the main seating area, and then they have another little seating area right here, which we're going to, and the views are much nicer from the little seating area. Alright, so I got an orange coffee, which I've been seeing a lot on the menus. So I'm very curious how this is gonna taste, because it's coffee with fresh orange juice. Wow, tastes very interesting. There's also soda in there, club soda. Tastes like a Fanta with caffeine, with coffee. It's very interesting. I probably would put some cream in there as well, then it would be perfect.
Yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, I'd say it's good.
Would you order it again?
Probably with some cream.
Oh, I got a chocolate coffee. Very good. Tastes like chocolate.
Do you taste coffee?
Yeah, it's definitely coffee, for sure.
Larry just tried this drink and actually he put it to the point. Actually, I can't believe I didn't think about this myself, but he said that it tastes like something we have in Germany, which is called Spezi, which is Fanta with Coca-Cola mixed, and it's really good actually. But like this just has a lot more caffeine. It tastes a lot more like coffee, so it tastes like Spezi with coffee. Yeah, because it also has the soda water, exactly. And actually, this island is full of Germans.
Yeah.
There's like every place we go to, there's at least one person, if not all of them are German.
Yeah, everywhere we go. It feels like at least 80%.
Maybe that's why I see this on every menu here. I don't
It
know.
would make sense. But I would say that this is definitely a lot more healthier because there's no sugar.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, I don't
fresh.
think there's sugar in here. I don't think so, yeah.
It's fresh.
Yeah.
Juice.
No, yeah. I definitely never thought of doing this before. So it's very interesting. I also did see coffee with passion fruit on the menu as well, though.
Yeah, that's not German.
No, I mean, this is also not German. It just reminds us of
Yeah.
something in Germany. All right, so I got the tuna sandwich. Let's try. Tastes very fresh, actually. It's good. All right, another thing that you must know before coming here is a little bit more about entertainment and like restaurants and bars and stuff, right?
So there's lots of restaurants and bars along the Long Beach. A lot of
Yeah.
beach bars, which are like really, really nice.
Yeah.
They're generally always playing like reggae music, so the vibes is just like relaxed and chill.
And it's not too expensive, actually, for the
No.
fact that it's like beachfront restaurants. Like you can get, a meal for like under 200 baht or around 250 baht. So it's really affordable.
Yeah.
And there are also lots of restaurants options like inside of the island, which I would say are actually a bit cheaper though than the
Yeah.
ones at the beach.
Yeah, it's definitely cheaper to eat on the inside of the island compared to eating at the beach, which obviously makes sense, but honestly, it's not a huge difference.
No. Something that I really love about the restaurants and bars over here, which we haven't seen anywhere else in Thailand actually, is sustainability. Like a lot of the restaurants and cafes here, they'll give you reusable glasses, they'll give you reusable straws even, so glass straws or the metal straws, So I love that because we genuinely travel with our own cups and our own straws and stuff. But over here, there's so many restaurants that are taking a sustainable approach, which I love.
Yeah, I would definitely say that this island seems to be very environmentally conscious. So that is nice to see. So it's not like always up to individual people to be conscious about their environmental
Yeah.
impact.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did touch on this a little bit, and that is going to be the reggae vibes. So I was actually really, really surprised to come to this island and see the amount of like
Bob Marley.
yeah, Bob Marley posters all around the island, coinciding with like the amount of broccoli you can buy over here is actually really surprising.
The amount of
Lifted?
bartenders we've had.
Yeah, like even we've been to a few bars and some of the staff is just like they're so
Lifted?
like I can't even believe they're able to function and take orders.
Yeah.
I was actually really surprised by that, honestly, but it kind of fits in a way. We personally don't smoke, but it kind of fits to the island vibes of just chill,
Super
relaxed.
laid back.
Yeah, laid back. Also, another thing is that like I haven't really noticed, I haven't seen since we've been here like almost a week now, over a week. I haven't seen one single television.
Yeah, true.
So none of the bars are having TV. So you're kind of like isolated from like what's happening on the outside world. I guess the only way you would really know is if maybe you go work on your computer or you checking your phone. But if you don't check your phone, you honestly wouldn't really know what's happening outside, honestly.
Yeah. Which is really nice, actually.
Yeah.
They're trying to completely disconnect from
Yeah.
everything, right?
And even that fits to the overall vibe of the island. I would say that if certain things are important to you, like sports, for example, I'm not really sure where you would be able to watch sports over here. Maybe there is a one bar, but
Yeah.
for the most part, you're gonna have to really go out of your way to check this
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, or just like find that one place that does show it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. There is a couple of parties that I've seen advertised here on the island, especially one on Saturdays that actually looked quite nice. I checked the place, I think it's called Musica. That party actually looks quite cool, but don't come here expecting party life, let's
No,
say. This is not the party island.
No,
For sure.
I mean there are places to party, but it's not a party island.
I did really enjoy, we went to Baby Rasta, what was it called?
Rasta Baby Bar.
Yeah, we went to Rasta Baby Bar and I did really enjoy that. Like it was just so relaxed and chill and like everyone just minds their own, everyone just having a good time. No one's judging anyone. Like I really enjoyed that. Like the vibes are just amazing. And overall, I would say like the restaurants are just so hippie vibes, like, and so nice in such a nice way. Like, lots of cotton on the ceilings and the like decoration stuff, and just honestly, I love it. Like the vibes are just so amazing.
Yeah. And then actually another thing that I was surprised by, as soon as we actually checked in, I was surprised that even at reception, they're like broccoli. As you checked in, I'm like, I never seen that before.
Yeah.
I was like, you can buy spinach at check-in. So like, and they're selling broccoli all over the place. So restaurants are selling it, bars are selling it, the cafe was selling it. Like, so it's like they're selling a lot. So again, if you like to get lifted, this is the place to like really disconnect from the world and just chill, relax, hippie vibes, reggae vibes, island vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now we just wrapped up our amazing breakfast with amazing view here. Now we're gonna take you into the city. We're gonna go to the Koh Phayam Pier Road, city center. This is pretty much where you get everything that you kind of need. So we're gonna get there and we're gonna talk about what you need to know. Okay, so right now we are at the Koh Phayam Health Promoting Hospital. It's a very, very small hospital. It's the size of maybe a large house, I would say. And they appear to possibly have the only vehicles, the only cars on the island. So there's a pickup truck, which is an ambulance, and then there's like another minivan style car, which is also an ambulance.
And then there's also this golf cart looking ambulance.
A flat tire. So I don't expect them to reach anybody within a reasonable time. Hopefully you will not need this, but just in case you do, this is at the main entrance area by the pier.
So right across from the hospital, we have the tourist police. All right, so behind us is the pier on which you will arrive once you come to Koh Phayam. So generally, people will come to Koh Phayam by boat from Ranong, and you can choose between a slow boat and a fast speedboat. So the slower option is like a ferry that takes around 2 hours. The fast option is a speedboat, which takes around 45 minutes, which is what we did, and can recommend it.
I think the ferry only leaves like once or twice a day, so it's not frequent at all. Right after you get off the pier, you're gonna get one of these taxis here, these tuk-tuk taxis, and they will take you pretty much anywhere around the island. For example, we were staying on the exact opposite side of the island. It cost us 200 baht to get from here, maybe 10-15 minutes away from here, taxi ride. Okay, so this is the main street. This is kind of where you get everything that you need. You buy your tickets back to the mainland. You have scooters everywhere. Supermarket over here. I'll find out exactly how much the scooters are over here. Let's see if I can ask anybody. There's a lot of scooters here. So also, if you do not want to take a taxi, and maybe it might be, depending on how much stuff you're traveling with, it might be more convenient for you to actually just pick up your scooter from right here. This is gonna have the largest selection of scooters, and you can just get off the boat, pick up a scooter, and go straight to your hotel. So I just asked somebody how much are the scooters going for. They're going for between 150 to 170 baht per day for 7 days is what he said. So it might be slightly higher or cheaper depending on how long you rent it. He did also say these bicycles over here are going for 120 baht per day as well.
And this is like the first shop behind the pier.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so pretty good, decent prices, honestly, I would say. How much for speedboat back to Ranong?
300 baht.
300 baht, okay. 300 baht per person? One person? Okay. Okay, so as mentioned, there's like this one little supermarket. I mean, it wouldn't really be fair to even call it a supermarket. It's more like just a little market of some convenient items that you can get, mostly dry items. The only fresh thing they have in there are fruits. So I actually don't know where people actually do their regular food shopping. I imagine they have to go back to Ranong because there's really no food in there. Something else to note is that there are no commercial supermarkets on this island. There's no 7-Eleven, anything like that. So it's really only these very small businesses, and they don't have huge selections or options.
All right, now we're going to show you the number one most important thing that you need to know before you come.
Yeah.
All right, so the number one most important thing you need to know before you actually visit this island is bring enough cash for your entire trip, because
there are only 2 ATMs on this entire island, and they are right here. And I actually have to tell you that one of these machines actually is out of service, which means there's only this one single machine that is actually working on this entire island.
Yeah. Online, there's many reviews about these 2 machines saying that they are very unreliable, and many times there's no cash in there. They only get refilled with cash around every 2 weeks. You really can't rely on those machines to be your source of cash.
No, and I will say that we waited here. There was a guy that was just here a couple of minutes ago, and he probably did like 3 transactions taking out cash. So that just emphasizes the point that this thing may also be out of service very soon, actually, if, you know, this is the only ATM on the island.
So this is important. If you're thinking, oh, I can just use my card for everything, who even walks around with cash anymore, right? This country, Thailand, runs almost everything is in cash. So like, especially on small islands like that, you really should have cash, because there's no guarantee that you will be able to pay with card at the places. Most of them actually don't have card machine. They'll have some type of QR code which you can pay online with. But again, there's no guarantee that everyone over here will have it. So
there are many reports that some international cards will not work.
You really should bring enough cash for your entire trip to this island. There are some hotels that might be able to exchange cash for you or give you cash, but again, that comes at a higher price. So just plan ahead and bring cash.
Okay, so we are still here at the pier. We actually just ordered some lassies to go because we're about to head out of here and go to that secret beach. Before we do that, we did want to mention we actually did just pay for our ticket back to Ranong, and that cost us 300 baht per person for the speedboat. I got a mango pineapple lassi.
Oh, but I think that's mine.
Okay.
I got a watermelon shake.
Okay, and right now we are at the Kiwi restaurant. This is directly at the exit and entrance of the pier. So you can't miss it, it's right here.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about resorts and hotels. So there aren't any huge resorts on this island. Most of the hotels, I would say, are kind of like the bungalows that you see behind me, which is the place that we're staying in actually. One big thing that you have to check before you book your hotel on Koh Phayam is whether or not they have hot water and whether or not they have an AC. If those are things that are an absolute non-negotiable for you, then you have to make sure that your hotel has that, because our hotel, for example, doesn't have either of them. We weren't expecting not to have hot water, so that was quite a shock when we first got here. I do have to say it's not that big of a problem for us now, because it's also not freezing cold, the water. But it is a little bit inconvenient sometimes when you do want a hot shower. So that's just something that you need to be aware of, and you need to check before getting your hotel booked. So one of the reasons for that might actually be that electricity is limited on this island. Yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. Also, we do have a note in our hotel room that says there's no, like, the electricity isn't good enough for like hot water cookers and stuff, so the electricity just seems to be very limited. Also, Wi-Fi for all the digital nomads that are watching this video, or if you need Wi-Fi during your stay. The Wi-Fi can be quite spotty, at least from our experience, so it's quite slow and it is quite unreliable. So we have been able to get like some work done. So depending on your needs, this can definitely affect your productivity, and it may or may not be a good fit for you. So personally, I think as a digital nomad, I'm not entirely sure that we would actually be able to do all of our work here if we stayed here for a couple months. So that's just something to keep in mind. A lot of hotels also don't have Wi-Fi in their rooms, so just again check that before you book your hotel. The drive is so scenic, it's amazing, and you can see like we're driving a tiny road. It's so hidden, this beach. It's like a sidewalk actually. Yeah. I'm excited to see it. All right, so we parked our scooter and now it's a small hike to the beach. Doesn't look too far, but it's very steep downhill. Mika, let's go. Come. We're the only ones on this beach. It truly is a hidden beach. Unbelievable, so beautiful. It just got super windy. I hope you can hear me. It's super windy today, but on a calm day, this would be insane. You can see the water actually, even though there are a lot of big waves right now, the water is super clear still. On a calm day, the water over here would be insane. All right, so if you're looking for a private hidden beach with lots of privacy, then this beach, our Koh Q, is your spot. It's not a lot of sand over here, but the bay, it feels very secluded, and there's like, we're literally the only ones here right now. There's lots of stones that give you privacy as well, so really nice. It's a little bit off the beaten path, but it's so worth the little journey. The way down It's all steps and it was only like 3 minutes. So it's really worth it. All right, we actually ended up going back to our hotel because it was very, very windy at the other beach. Now we're at Long Beach again. It's beautiful. And one of the things that you must know before you come to Koh Phayam, and one of my favorite things about this island, is that it is so calm and tranquil. Like at the beaches, you will not find all these long-tail boats that give off so much noise. There's none of that over here. It is so quiet. All you hear is waves.
Something else that I would say that I was actually kind of surprised to see when we arrived to this island, and I honestly didn't even think about it, are the tsunami zones. So actually where we are right now, we are actually in a tsunami zone, and it's quite far to get out of the tsunami zone. I think when we're riding the scooter, it tells you how far you're getting away from the tsunami zone. I think it goes like 1.5 kilometers. So it's really, really far. That being said, the last tsunami here, I don't think this island was really affected too much, but many other parts of Thailand was. And that was back in 2004. So it's been over 20 years since there has been a tsunami. I would say I'm not really worried about it. I did look up what does this island do in case there is a tsunami. In the event there was a tsunami, there would be an alert around the island for you to evacuate to the safe zone.
What activities can you do in Koh Phayam? There's lots to do over here, and especially for nature and water lovers, this is really amazing. So Koh Phayam is really great for surfing, and I think even surfing beginners, because the waves are quite beginner friendly from what I understand. And Long Beach is the place to be. Like there's so many people surfing right now, actually. It's really great. You can also do bodyboarding, which I did, and it was so much fun. If you're not a surfer, you can do bodyboarding. Anyone can do that. It's also great for kids. And then, of course, there's snorkeling. There are also one-day trips that you can do from this island. Serene Island is a very popular one that's being advertised over here. Then you can also, of course, relax on the beach.
That's pretty much what we did almost every single day. I think we did that every single day.
Yeah.
Which was your favorite beach?
I think, honestly, Long Beach, because it's really nice to relax and you can do the bodyboarding. It was just so much fun.
My favorite beach was, I don't know the name of the beach, but it was the one with the rock formation.
Yeah.
That beach for me was like so nice. The water was so blue, so calm. I loved that beach.
Yeah.
Guys, let us know in the comment. If you visit this island, let us know what your favorite beach is.
Yeah. With that being said, though, one thing you need to know before you visit this island is that the beaches are very dependent on tides. So when it is low tide, the water goes away very far, and there's a lot of like just wet beach left. So definitely check high tides before you go to beaches. Like the beach that Larry just talked about, that was one of his favorite beaches. That beach actually doesn't have water where you could really swim in at low tide, or the water.
You would have to go really
far.
Yeah, you would have to go really far from the shore.
Yeah.
If you wanted to swim after high tide, during low tide anyway.
Yeah, so definitely you must know to check the high tide times. You can also do things like kayaking or visit the Moken village, and also definitely check out our video about the top things to do in Koh Phayam.
Okay, so when is the best time to visit Koh Phayam? So the high season is going to be from November to February.
And then there's also a shoulder season, as they call it, from March until May, which has less tourists and everything is a little cheaper as well. But it is not monsoon season during that time yet. And we are actually here in March right now, and honestly, I think it's perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
It is so amazing. There's barely anyone here. Like, it's just not overrun at all by tourists.
But
And
honestly, I wonder if it would be overrun by tourists in the months
I mean-
of November too. I can't see it being that many more tourists here.
honestly, I don't think that it is at any point overrun.
Yeah.
This is very much a secret, like, code island.
Yeah.
We have talked to people who were here in January and they said it's also not crowded in January. But I do think that in March it's probably less people here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, the weather is perfect. Like, we literally every single day we've been just walking around like, wow, I can't believe how quiet, like, I can't believe how little people are here. Like, it's just crazy. All right, so let's do a small budget breakdown. Our bungalow was around $75 a night, right? You can definitely get that cheaper if you want to. We ate out every single day twice. We spent between $40 to $60 a day on restaurants and food and drinks for both of us for everything. So like morning to evening. And yeah, we spent around $6 a day for the scooter. And that's all that we spent money on, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, just hotel, food, and scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the big question now, is Koh Phayam worth visiting?
I'm definitely gonna say hands down, absolutely yes. I mean, it is just so peaceful. It's not crowded. The prices are really good. There's just way too much to love over here, and I love the peace.
Yeah, it's really a true hidden gem in Thailand. Maybe one of the last ones. I don't know. Let us know in the comment section what you think. So if you want party and lots of people, then this island is probably not for you. But if you love tranquil beaches, you love places that are not overcrowded, you love beautiful nature and beautiful beaches.
If you love surfing, if you really like reggae, if you like broccoli, this place is also for you.
So I definitely think it is absolutely worth visiting for solo travelers, couples, families. It's just like for everyone, honestly. And I think you can really visit this island on any type of budget. Yeah, it's great for very low budgets, medium budgets, high budgets, whatever floats your boat.
I would say though, there are no 5-star hotels on this island. So if your budget is like, if your standards are way too high, maybe this isn't the place. Like if you're looking for Hiltons and the W, it ain't here.
Yeah. That is a good point. Like, I think this is really amazing for just nature lovers. People like who want to be connected to nature. Actually, you know, in our hotel, like, we have this open shower and it's like you're in the jungle. Like, you hear so many birds, so many monkeys.
I hear animals that I've never heard before, like for real. Yeah. Like it sounds like you're listening to like YouTube jungle sound effects. Honestly, I've never heard it in person. So it was actually really cool to like, especially at night, because the animal seems to be quite active at night. And it's really cool, man, like for real.
This island really is the perfect place to come to if you really just want to completely disconnect from the world, you know, just be in your own little bubble, just relax. It's perfect for that. And I think we'll be back.
Yeah, I would definitely come back. It is just absolutely amazing here. Just, again, I don't even know what else to say, guys. Like for real, like it's just truly, truly amazing. And I would definitely say add Koh Phayam to your bucket list.
For sure. All right, if you enjoyed this video and this video helped you plan your trip to Koh Phayam,
and if you want more hidden gem travel guides, then make sure you don't forget to subscribe to this channel.
All right, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.